let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
So I tested all the GFCIs to make sure that the buttons were in working order. This is the only one I had an issue with. Whenever I press this button, it should trip this red button right here, and it's just an age item. So it's just a replacement of that outlet right here.
Okay.
Right here for the appliances, this middle burner turns on, but if you look on the left side, the flame isn't all the way reaching there. You can see like some dirt, just some buildup, most likely needs to be cleaned.
Okay.
For the range head, it took me a minute to figure this out, but you pull this out here, and then only thing I noted was this light bulb out. Microwave is working great. Everything looks good in there, no corrosion. And then the oven, broil function on top is working, and the oven tested accurately right around 350.
Perfect.
We'll go to the living room here. I tested both fireplaces, both of them were working good. I noted that the damper, whenever they constructed it, they made it to where it fully closes, fully opens. Standards now want a clip to where the damper doesn't close all the way, where it's open just a tiny bit. So that way, if you go to light it and you forget to open it when it's in a closed position, it'll still let some of those, exhaust leave the house.
Thank you for explaining that. That has been coming up on the reports lately. Now I have a visual.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
No problem. Next item is this half bathroom here. And what I had in here was this drain. Whenever I ran the water from this white pipe there, it leaked on the bottom.
Okay.
And it looked like it was coming from this connection right there.
Okay.
So a fairly simple fix for a plumber, but of course you have to fix it before you can run water through there.
Okay.
I tested all of the receptacles in the rooms, living rooms and whatnot. I had just two issues with this one and the one right on the other side of this wall. Whenever I get one yellow or one orange light, it means that the the tester isn't detecting a ground, which is this one right here. Most likely a loose wire. For the age of house, it does have grounding. They did that in the 70s. That was a very common thing. Right around that time, here was the other one that also had it go to ground too. And so you see just one light. What it should look like is this here. You see how it's two lights
Okay.
right there. I think that was one more item I wanted to go over. Smoke detectors, there should be one here. It's just older. Whenever they start to yellow like that, it's designed to yellow as it ages to indicate to you that it's getting within the time to replace it.
Okay. And they're hardwired, right? So when someone comes in, they can replace them all, right?
Yes.
What kind of company do you use to replace these? Like an alarm
Typically,
company?
alarm companies do install smoke detectors. Also,
Okay.
like Ring, they also do their own smoke detectors.
Okay.
One side note, when the house was constructed, it was just required to put them outside, one on each floor, which is where it has it. You would have to run new wiring because there's none in the bedrooms.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, thanks.
And then the most recent standard does, recommend that they be connected to each other.
Yeah.
So that's where that, wiring comes into play.
Okay.
In the office here, show you one thing. Very faint and it tested dry, but this does look like a moisture spot right here.
Okay.
I couldn't see any issues above this as far as, wall issues. There's no bathrooms up here. Could have been possibly a ductwork issue at one time, or maybe even a wall issue since it's pretty close. But it did test dry. It doesn't look too extensive, so I'm
Okay.
not too worried about it.
Okay. Perfect. Thanks for pointing out.
Mhm. And then just 3 items upstairs, to show
Okay.
you, and then the rest will go outside. So, I got a higher temperature reading for the AC for the primary bedroom, compared to this bedroom here. Let me show you what these were reading at. And then I also, while we're here, you can hear the squeaky flooring.
It's just a screw, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's all that is, and you'll notice it's in like the high traffic areas, so it's a normal thing, not any structural issues you need to worry about. It's, if you really want it fixed, it's more of a nuisance. You take up the carpet and then put some more screws in there, like you said.
Okay.
Let's see. So let's check the other bedroom here. So I had one vent that was blowing about, it was 58 degrees. So this one's at 62. And then I got 68 at the primary bedroom. So I had, 64 over there on that bedroom. This one I'm getting 63. And then we'll go to the primary and I'll show you what the temperatures were over there. And then while we're heading over there, one thing with the unit upstairs, the upstairs unit for in the attic space, whenever I opened the furnace cover, you could feel a lot of cold air coming out of one of the connections. So it needs to be sealed up better. So I think that may be coming into play where we're getting some warmer temperatures.
In the primary.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. So we'll just have to get an AC person out here.
Yes. It's blowing a little bit colder now, so it's I guess similar then to the other rooms. Earlier I was getting a warmer temperature and I had ran it for a while. So I think the fix with that is going to be sealing up those connections in the attic, and I got photos up there of what that looks like.
Okay, perfect.
In this bathroom here, this shower head leaks. You can see the gap right there.
Oh yeah, it does look broken.
So, as you can imagine, water seeps out of there.
Okay.
Takes a second, but
Oh, yeah.
there.
Okay.
So most likely the shower head needs to be, just replaced.
Okay.
And then let me go over a couple attic items real quick with you. I'll have the photos in there. There was one pan that had some corrosion. See the corrosion there?
Oh,
And you
yes.
see where it's darker, it's actually wet.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like we just have a condensation
Is it
issue.
an active? Is it active?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So it's not old. Okay. So we definitely need to get an AC person out here.
Yes. And then also in the attic space, this is also going to be under the AC,
Oh yeah.
place too. Anytime you have gaps in this refrigerant line, where you can see there, you get condensation because this line carries a cold refrigerant to cool down the house. And anytime it meets that hot, humid air in the attic, it'll condensate. So
Okay.
that's the attic flooring that you're seeing there.
Okay.
So no, major damage or anything from the condensation. Pretty simple fix as far as the HVAC person
Okay.
to
As long as they don't get their fingers snapped by that rat trap,
Mhm.
like that ancient rat trap.
Yeah, I was looking very closely whenever I see rat traps to look for
Rodents.
rodent like droppings. I didn't see anything. It could have been either they cleaned it up very well or it was more like a precaution.
Okay.
So it was hard to tell because I didn't see any issues whatsoever as far as dropping goes. There was one more item I had. So attic space, this is the water heater vent. You see that slight staining right there?
Okay.
That's wet. So the water heater flashing, this metal piece is leaking when it rains.
Okay. So it needs to be, and that's a roof issue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
would
makes
be
sense.
A roofer.
Okay.
And then we'll go hit the exterior items, including the pool, and then we'll talk about the stucco.
Okay.